I've had 4 kids. I have a bowed left leg. My daughter has a bowed left leg. JC was pigeon-toed from birth. So JC lived being severely pigeon-toed all his life.
And you believe this baby does not have that characteristic, which furthers your doubt?
To my understanding.
Ms. Crow is here to prove Ms. Reinhardt's deceased son, JC, is her baby's father. But Grandma Reinhardt says she's a liar who's just after his death benefits.
Ms. Crow, you have summoned the defendant to court to prove that her deceased son, JC Turner, fathered your 2-year-old son, Thomas. You state that Ms. Crow is a liar and a manipulator, and that the child in question is not your deceased son's baby. And now it's trying to claim him as her son's father only to get death benefits. Is that correct?
But Ms. Crow fires back that her son Thomas deserves to know his family, especially since he can never, ever meet his father.
It is more than just the money. I would like help with my son, yes, of course, but my son cannot grow up and meet his father. So he deserves that right to know who his father is and to know who his family is.
Grandma's first proof it's not her grandkid. When she met Ms. Crow, the woman claimed to be 2 weeks pregnant, but already had a stomach firm as she did.
In the time period, the time frame she said she was, when she told me she was pregnant, it didn't happen that way. There's no way she could have been just 2 weeks pregnant and had a stomach firm as she did.
But wait, Grandma Reinhardt reveals her son was schizophrenic with the mental capacity of a 16-year-old, implying Ms. Crow completely took advantage of him.
He'd have believed you if you told him the sky was purple.
Well, that's your own opinion. That's your own opinion.
The mental capacity of a 16-year-old.
And this and you know what? He had feelings.
He was schizophrenic.
He had feelings.
He was schizophrenic and he had stress seizures.
Grandma's other bizarre theory, all 8 of her other grandkids look just like her, like a bunch of quadruplets, but little Thomas breaks the family mold.
I've had 8 grandkids, and all 8 of my grandkids favor me. I've got a baby picture. If I take that baby picture, I could put it up against my daughter. I could even put it up against my 18-year-old granddaughter. I could put it up against Jay's brother. I could put it up against Jay's baby picture, okay?
The final nail in her genetic coffin, her son was severely pigeon-toed, but baby Thomas has perfectly straight feet. This is her undeniable proof.
I've had 4 kids. I have a bowed left leg. My daughter has a bowed left leg. JC was pigeon-toed from birth. So JC lived being severely pigeon-toed all his life.
And you believe this baby does not have that characteristic, which furthers your doubt?
To my understanding.
Tragically, Ms. Crow found out about her son's father's death on Facebook after seeing a Rest in Peace Jay post from a mutual friend.
I'm telling you, I was living in Vegas. When we and him were together, we lived in Henderson together. He was in Henderson, I was in Vegas. I didn't have a phone number. He didn't have no way to contact me. I didn't even know he was here until I'm scrolling down my newsfeed on Facebook and I see a mutual friend of ours post Rest in Peace Jay with his picture. I contacted this person like, what's going on?
The drama continues after his death. Grandma Reinhardt accuses Ms. Crow of going behind my back to the coroner's office to try and get a secret DNA sample from his body.
And she called
to the coroner's office. They said they haven't even talked to her.
Behind my back to get a sample of his DNA, Your Honor.
Oh no, ma'am.
She didn't even have the decency to bring it to me.
I called her and asked her. She denied it. That's why we're here today.
No, ma'am.
After all this time, Grandma Reinhardt has never even met her potential grandson Thomas. Will her gut feeling about him be enough to deny him his family?
Have you ever seen Thomas?
No. I didn't even know when the baby was born because I wasn't contact.
Jay knew.
The courtroom waits for the final verdict. Is this the heartwarming family connection Ms. Crow has been praying for, or is her son's father still a mystery?
The percentage of relatedness between Ms. Reinhardt and Thomas Crow is 99.6% you are related. Mr. Baker, you say that it's medically impossible for you to have fathered this child.
Yes, Your Honor. Back in 1991, when my ex was pregnant with our 4th child, while she was pregnant, I had a vasectomy.
This marriage is hanging by a thread. Mr. Baker swears if the DNA proves he's not baby Caleb's dad, he's leaving his wife and family for good.
Mr. Baker, you say it's medically impossible for you to have a child, and therefore Caleb cannot be yours. You say if the DNA results prove you are not the father, you will leave your wife and family.
Yes, Your Honor.
Her shocking confession is a game changer. At the time she got pregnant, she was drinking so heavily she would completely black out and doesn't remember if she was with another man.
At the time I got pregnant, I was drinking quite a bit. I was drinking pretty much every day, and I was blacking out at night, and I wouldn't remember periods of time I wouldn't remember.
Whether you were intimate with another man or not.
Yes, Your Honor.
Their own relationship started with a scandalous affair while they were both married to other people. He says if she cheated before, she'll definitely cheat again.
Well, Your Honor, to be completely honest, when Felice and I had gotten together, the way that we got together was had done some work in her home, and that's the way that we met. I was married, she was married. You have two people who are in a monogamous relationship come together the way that we did. How do I know she wouldn't do this to me? We did it to each other.
But this isn't her first time being caught in a lie. It's revealed she was once on the Oprah Winfrey Show for lying to her last husband about being in massive debt.
Went on in her marriage before she was with me. There were spending issues that were taking place in the marriage that he didn't know about.
Had instances in your previous marriage?
Yes, I do.
Well, I know that she had went on a very public show.
Which show did you go on?
The Oprah Winfrey Show.
Okay.
The ultimate medical bombshell is dropped. Mr. Baker is convinced he's not the dad because he had a full vasectomy 23 years ago.
Mr. Baker, you say that it's medically impossible for you to have fathered this child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Explain.
Back in 1991, when my ex was pregnant with our fourth child, while she was pregnant, I had a vasectomy.
When her home pregnancy test came back positive, they didn't think baby. They thought cancer. A false positive can be a sign of ovarian cancer, so they rushed to the ER.
I went on the internet. I Googled what can cause a false positive, that a false positive will show up on a pregnancy test. Obviously, number one is pregnancy. Number two is ovarian cancer. Number three, uterus cancer. Number four is any cancerous tumors in the uterus. I know she's not pregnant because I had a vasectomy.
A medical expert is brought into the courtroom. She explains that in 1 in 4,000 cases, the vasectomy tube can miraculously grow back together over time.
To make sure that the vasectomy doesn't fail. It's very rare, but in about 4,000 cases, the vas deferens, which is the tube that carries the sperm, that's what we cut during the procedure. And very rarely, that tube can grow back over time.
But wait, Mr. Baker sheepishly admits he missed his 1-year follow-up appointment, the very appointment that would have checked if his vasectomy had failed and the tube reconnected.
And at that time, were you told that the vasectomy, the procedure had gone well?
I was good to go. I was cleared.
Well, then to follow up again at a year to make sure that the vasectomy did not fail.
Did you follow up at a year? Mr. Baker?
No, Your Honor.
The doctor confirms it's not impossible, but says there's only a 1.5% chance he could father a child. Is this baby a true medical miracle?
So when we look at this, it does not make it impossible for him to father a child. He should have about a 1.5% chance of fathering a child.
Very, very slim.
Yes.
But possible.
Possible. It only takes one sperm.
The courtroom is on pins and needles. Is Mr. Baker the father despite his 23-year-old vasectomy, or will his deepest, darkest fears be confirmed?
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Baker, you are the father.
A test done because of what the other young man said, and
What did the other young man say?
he told Keyshawn that when he wasn't around, he was supposedly sleeping with Denaya.
Ms. Hooker is here to prove her deceased ex, Keyshawn, is her baby's dad, but his mother, Ms. Baker, is here to fulfill her son's dying wish. Get a DNA test to prove he's not.
Mr. Abraham fathered your 10-month-old daughter, Kanaya. You say that Ms. Baker and her family's public denial of this child has caused pain, and you are here for an apology and to prove her son is the father.
The family's doubts are fueled by vicious rumors and the fact that Keyshawn's sister cruelly said baby Kanaya was too fat to be his baby.
It's not Miss Baker who denies Kenaya, it's her family who makes my daughter feel some type of way. It's not Miss Baker. She was too fat to be his baby. She fat like them, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff. Never from Miss Baker, it's always her family.
But Grandma Baker says her late son told her directly that he wasn't the only boy that had messed with Ms. Hooker. Did she have a secret lover on the side?
But then when we finally found out for sure, he told me, he said he wasn't the only boy that had messed with Denaya.
Okay.
Keyshawn allegedly heard from another man that he was also sleeping with Ms. Hooker behind his back. Was she really juggling 2 men at once?
A test done because of what the other young man said, and
What did the other young man say?
he told Keyshawn that when he wasn't around, he was supposedly sleeping with Denaya.
But Ms. Hooker swears she was faithful to Keyshawn and claims he only ever denied the baby when they were arguing. Is she telling the truth, or is this another lie?
Was there another guy?
That's why it's funny, because how can somebody tell me who I was sleeping with? Nobody in the room was in the room with me when I was sleeping with somebody. What do I have to lie for?
Keyshawn told us that he wanted the blood test. The only way, Keyshawn only denied the baby when him and my daughter was arguing.
The family feud gets ugly. Keyshawn's sister says she can't even look at the baby because it's just a painful reminder that my brother's not here.
And my mom did tell me, she said something about she think I didn't like her, things like that. Maybe her perception of what other people view of her is just her perception, because she has to understand that sometimes it's hard for people for me personally, to look at baby because it's just a reminder that my brother's not here.
The ultimate disrespect. Baby Kanaya's name was completely left out of her alleged father's obituary after he was tragically murdered.
Judge, my daughter really feels some type of way. It's not that she feels some type of way, it's like she more hurt behind the obituary. And Miss Carolyn has explained to her about the obituary, how the obituary went, but in her heart, she feel like Miss Bland left her out of the obituary on purpose. And that's why she has so much animosity towards Toy.
I just feel like this.
Keyshawn's sister makes a stunning confession. She was the one who intentionally left the baby out of the obituary just in case he wasn't her brother's child.
Did you intentionally leave Kenaya out of that obituary because you knew there was a question surrounding the paternity?
Yes, I did. My mama has a relationship with them. I don't. It may or may not be his. I did not put the baby name in there just in case it isn't. My mom has to read that obituary. She lost a child. Nobody else lost one.
She then makes a solemn promise. If the baby is his, she will personally go back to the funeral home and have the obituaries reprinted with Kanaya's name included.
Since she got left out the obituary, I have already told them, if it comes back saying Kenaya belongs to Keyshawn, I'm going directly back to the funeral home and get a set of obituaries made, so when this baby grow up and she read her dad's obituary, there's her name.
The courtroom is silent. Will this baby be welcomed into a grieving family, or will she be rejected and left fatherless forever?
The percentage of relatedness between Ms. Baker, Mr. Abraham, and Kenaya Abraham is 0%.
And this is why right here.
I didn't believe it. I figured it probably was a mistake, mainly because the fact that she knew quite a few people. She had a lot of male friends and been married 4 times. First marriage was 12 years and I didn't have any children. Second marriage was 2 years, still no children. 6-month marriage after that and still no children. Then
for 20 agonizing years, Ms. Manship has searched for her dad with only a single name and one photograph after the man who raised her was proven not to be her father.
Ms. Manship, at the age of 10, you were shocked and devastated to learn that your dad was not your biological father. That began your 20-year search to find the man your mother claims is your father.
She sat me down and she had one picture. This is the one picture that she gave me that I've had for the past 20 years.
In a paternity court first, the show has located the mystery man, Mr. Laup. He's about to meet the 30-year-old daughter he never ever knew existed.
Well, Ms. Manship, this court has located him and he will join us in a moment. This will be the first time meeting him and your mother's first time seeing him since they broke up more than 30 years ago.
Ms. Manship tearfully tells him how she spent decades desperately searching for him in old phone books, online chat rooms, and even the bar where her mom first met him.
I would stop a police officer and I'd say, how do you go about searching for somebody that you know nothing about, that all you have is a name and a picture? Do people searches online? Back whenever they had like the Yahoo chat rooms, I would go to the state that she told me he was from, which was Little Rock, Arkansas, and say, does anybody know this man? I believe he is my father and I've been searching for him.
Their wild backstory is one for the ages. Her mom picked him up, hitchhiking. They shacked up, but then her jealous ex-boyfriend burned all of his clothes in the fireplace.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she had picked me up hitchhiking across town, and we were both cutting up. Shortly after that, maybe after a couple of months, we had rented an apartment. An ex-boyfriend that wasn't happy about the situation. She had told me she had 3 kids and that she was about 12 years older than I was. All my clothes up in the fireplace. And
Really?
Mr. Laup, not to be outdone, immediately immediately retaliated against the jealous ex by completely tearing up his motorcycle. This love triangle was literally explosive.
For what reason, I don't know why his motorcycle was outside. I kind of tore it up a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
How did their fiery romance end? Mr. Laup came home to their apartment and found her and her ex crashed out in the bedroom asleep, so he left and never looked back.
I believe, Your Honor, we had to get together at the apartment, and I believe I walked in the bedroom and both of them were crashed out in the bedroom. And I guess that's probably what threw the towel in for me. But I thought that I was in town for at least about 6 months after that. All right, they were both asleep in the bed. I don't know what.
Okay, but they were asleep in the bed, and then that's what made you decide to cut it off.
Mr. Laup's ultimate, unshakable reason for doubt: he's been married 4 times over 24 years and has never fathered any children. He was totally convinced he was shooting blanks.
I didn't believe it. I figured it probably was a mistake, mainly because the fact that she knew quite a few people. She had a lot of male friends and been married 4 times. First marriage was 12 years and I didn't have any children. Second marriage was 2 years, still no children. 6-month marriage after that and still no children. Then,
in a gut-wrenching reveal, Ms. Manship confesses through tears that she named her own son Dallas Trent in honor of Mr. Trent Laup, the father she had never met.
I've believed that he's been my father so long that I actually named my youngest son after him.
You did?
I did.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I named him Dallas Trent because I didn't want to miss the opportunity if he was.
Even more heartbreaking, Ms. Manship admits she has never gotten married because she has been saving that one special father-daughter moment of her real dad walking her down the aisle.
I haven't been married. In hopes that maybe one day I did find him, I'd have that one moment left with him. That's the only moment I have left as a father and daughter type thing, so.
The courtroom is emotional. Is Ms. Manship finally going to get her father-daughter wedding dance? Or is the man who thought he was sterile right all along?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Laup, you are the father.
Okay, we're finna do this. When you guys were arguing in the kitchen, this is when you were showing, and there was no doubt she's my grandbaby, no doubt. I was happy. And I said, what's going on in here? What are you arguing about? But he said, she had sex with my best friend. That's when the lie became planted.
The drama kicks off with a massive bombshell. Mr. Lang's mother claims Ms. Brown slept with her son's best friend from the sandbox.
Why are you so certain this child isn't your son?
Because I found out that Miss Brown slept with my son's best friend from the sandbox best friend, and I don't think she knows whether it's my son's or Mr. Dixon's.
But Ms. Brown denies it, insisting her ex and his supposed best friend are actually mortal enemies who are always trying to fight each other.
No, that's not true, Your Honor. I've never slept with Mr. Dixon. Mr. Dixon and Mr. Lang have been not friends for a while. They've been going at it, fight each other, trying to find each other.
Her counter-accusation is absolutely insane. She claims Mr. Lang cheated on her with more than 1,500 girls during their chaotic 2-year relationship.
What is your account of how this relationship began and then later?
Okay, we was on and off for 2 years because he cheated on me every other day. I find out about more than 1,500 girls, I promise you. I went back and forth with so many girls.
But the plot thickens. Mr. Lang swears his own best friend called him up and confessed that the baby might actually be his. Who is telling the truth here?
Did you have any doubts at that time?
Not at that time, no, I didn't.
And what made you start to have doubt?
When Mr. Dixon got in the picture, and he had told me to stop messing with her because the baby she's pregnant with could possibly be hit. Leaving her voicemail.
She informs you that she's having a baby and you're the father and you are happy.
Yes.
Then you get a phone call from Mr. Dixon and he tells you, don't be too happy because the baby's mine.
Yes, ma'am.
Grandma Lang claims she personally overheard them arguing in the kitchen where Ms. Brown allegedly confessed to sleeping with the best friend.
Okay, we're finna do this. When you guys were arguing in the kitchen, this is when you were showing, and there was no doubt she's my grandbaby, no doubt. I was happy. And I said, what's going on in here? What are you arguing about? But he said, she had sex with my best friend. That's when the lie became planted.
Under oath, Ms. Brown fiercely denies sleeping with the best friend, but admits she did have relations with someone else around that time. So who was the other guy?
Did or did not sleep with this best friend?
I did not.
Okay.
And I am very sure that this is his baby, and we spoke about it. I haven't slept together with no one else. And exactly that time is around the exact time I got pregnant.
You say that's your window of conception?
Yes, that was in middle August into August.
Despite all this drama, Mr. Lang Lang was there for the birth, cut the umbilical cord, and signed the birth certificate. But then he saw the baby's hairline and started doubting again.
You're there, you cut the umbilical cord, you signed the birth certificate. When you looked at this baby?
He thought it was his, and I interject right there. He thought it was his. She looked like him, to me too, right there. I said, oh, look at your baby, woo, 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 and all that. And then he pulled the hat off. He said, Mom, what's up with this hairline?
He was all over Facebook posting, "That's my baby," and "That's all me," but now he's in court admitting he had doubts the whole entire time.
These are posts. Oh, it says, say we don't look alike, laugh out loud, boy, that's all me.
Right, it's for the Facebook people, just something they do.
It was people that said we didn't look alike.
So you were addressing claims made by people that the baby didn't look like you.
Yes.
And then on another post you say, yeah, that's my baby. So you're saying, no, this baby does look like me.
Yes.
The grandmas are at war. They admit to fighting each other constantly on Facebook, in comments and inboxes over their kids' toxic relationship drama.
Are you on Facebook with the kids arguing?
No, she's going back 2 years ago, Your Honor.
So you did it?
Yeah, I did it.
Okay, but you just lied to the judges.
Anyway, back maybe 2 years ago, when they first got, she always thought I was saying things against her, but I wasn't. I was always for her. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you talking to her? Aren't you in Chanel? I'm always for her.
The courtroom is silent. Is Mr. Lang the father, or is Ms. Brown's angry, recorded voicemail where she screamed, "That's not your baby," the actual truth?
When it comes to 1-year-old baby Janelle, Mr. Lang, you are not the father.
Are you serious?
I was there for a friend.
You weren't even at the hospital?
Oh, as a friend?
Oh, yes, I was, and your mother had some other guy that she was dating at that time, but he was there, and he said, oh, I got me a new daughter, I got me a new daughter.
I don't remember.
Well, of course you did.
No,
You was a baby.
It's a sister versus sister showdown. Two women are in court to prove the same man, Mr. Sandifer, is their dad, but each one believes the other is a liar.
Ms. Boyer and Ms. Fields, you've both brought the defendant, Mr. Sandifer, to court today to prove that he is your biological father, but you each believe you are his only daughter and the other is not. Am I correct?
His absolutely bizarre defense? He doesn't believe either is his daughter, but weirdly hopes one is, and one is not.
Mr. Sandifer, you state you do not believe that either is your daughter, but actually hope that one is and one is not.
Yes, Your Honor.
The drama exploded over a Facebook message. After his alleged daughter, Miss Fields, asked him for money, he coldly replied, "Maybe I need to find my real dad."
So, Ms. Fields, start from the beginning.
About 2 years ago, I sent him a message on Facebook asking him if I could borrow some money. He responded with, maybe I need to find my real dad. He wasn't even my father.
He claims he was at the hospital when Ms. Fields was born, but another man was there, proudly shouting, "Oh, I got me a new daughter."
I was there for a friend.
You weren't even at the hospital?
Oh, as a friend?
Oh, yes, I was, and your mother had some other guy that she was dating at that time, was there, and he said, oh, I got me a new daughter, I got me a new daughter.
I don't remember.
Well, of course you did.
No,
You
wait,
was a baby.
His excuse for not knowing who the father is? He's a total womanizer. He shamelessly admits if he's at a bar, he's sleeping with everybody in the bar if he gets the chance.
No, if I was the father, because she slept with so many different men.
So she slept with different men. You were the one that stayed in the bar looking for women. Every
So
woman you
what?
had,
And your mother was one of them.
She worked at a bar. She had 2 jobs for
Well,
me and
she
my
hung out
sisters.
there afterward, too.
Okay, because she hung out, does that mean she's sleeping with other people?
Now for potential sister number 2, Ms. Boyer. Mr. Sandifer drops a bombshell and presents her birth certificate, and a completely different man's name is listed as the father.
I'm here today to prove that Mr. Sandifer is my father.
I have proof otherwise, Your Honor.
You have proof that she is not your daughter.
My name's not on the birth.
I'd like to see that. Jerome, please hand me that evidence.
But Your Honor, he was in a relationship with my mother when I was born, and he lived with us till I was 5 years old.
But wait, Mr. Sandifer actually raised Ms. Boyer for 8 years and even fought for and won full custody of her after her mother neglected her.
You were there when Tuesday was born,
Yes,
Ms.
Your
Boyer?
Honor.
Were you there again as a friend, or were you
No,
there
I was
because
there
you
as
thought you were the father?
I raised her for 8 years. We don't know where she's at. Bring me some money or some food. I called my lawyer, Your Honor. She says, next visitation, don't worry about that, I'll get you out.
A tearful Ms. Boyer asks, "If you're not my dad, why did you fight for me?" He emotionally replies, "Because I love you and I manned up."
If you're not my dad, why did you fight for me?
Because I love you and I manned up. Why did you leave me
I
when
went
I
to my
already had
grandmother.
custody and go back to your mother?
After all the jaw-dropping family drama and shocking abandonment, the first of 2 crucial DNA results is here for Ms. Boyer, the daughter he actually raised.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Sandifer, you are not her father.
Now for Ms. Fields, the daughter he has always denied. Is there a shocking twist coming, or will this womanizer be proven zero for 2 today in court?
In the case of Fields Boyer v. Sandifer, the court has determined, Mr. Sandifer, you are not her father.